Hi everyone. If you have gone strawberry picking and you're looking for a way to use up your strawberries, or you are craving strawberry pie, we've got the perfect recipe for you. I know it looks like it might be difficult, but we're going to walk you through every single step. Your pie crust ingredients are super simple. You're going to have 12 ounces of butter, and we are doing all of these by weights. 12 ounces of shortening, and you want your butter and your shortening to be as cold as possible. We're going to be weighing out our flour, and I'm not giving you the cup equivalent because weight's the most accurate for this recipe. We're going to have 2 tablespoons of sugar, a half teaspoon of salt, and 2 teaspoons of vanilla bean paste, and a half a cup of ice water. And you do want to have ice in that water because we want all of these things to be as cold as they possibly can be. Start out by weighing your flour, and we're using weights because if 5 people measured a cup of flour, every single weight would be a little bit different. Measuring by weight is the most accurate. You put your bowl on the scale, hit tare, and then just add the flour until that weight is reached. Mix your sugar, your salt, and your flour together. Then using the smallest grater that you have, grate your butter into your flour. This is going to mean that your butter is not going to melt. If you melt your butter, this is just not going to be a flaky crust. By grating it, it's going to mean that you don't have to mix this together as much. We are mixing this as little as possible because we do not want to develop gluten. Developing gluten is going to make this chewy and tough, and nobody wants a chewy and tough pie crust. By using our smallest grater, I'm actually using a microplane grater in this particular case. This is going to allow us to have very small butter pieces. This might seem like it's extra. It is not. It works pretty great. Once you have grated your butter, you're just going to kind of toss it gently in that flour just to get it coated. We have not added the shortening yet, but this is just to kind of make sure that that flour is coating all of those butter pieces. Weigh your shortening directly in your bowl. That's the great thing about using weights, is that we have hit the tare and zeroed it out, and then you can just add that shortening in and weigh in your 2 ounces of shortening. Whisk your vanilla into your ice water. If you'll notice, I've got a cup with ice and water in it, and then I'm measuring the ice water into the cup. Then just whisking the vanilla into it. Work your shortening and butter into the flour until there are no pieces of fat that are larger than peas. This is going to have the butter kind of be in between the layers of flour and make those flaky pie crust pieces that everybody is looking for. Take the water and sprinkle it evenly over top of the flour and fat mixture. And this is going to minimize the amount of time that you have to mix this because, once again, we are not trying to develop gluten in this particular case. Mix it in, but we are barely mixing it. This mixture is still going to be crumbly. You are going to think you're crazy. You're going to think, I need to mix this more. Call it off. You're just going to get it until it's evenly mixed. It's going to still kind of look breadcrumby and messy and just shaggy, and you're going to think you're not doing the right thing. You are. See how kind of crumbly and messy that looks in the bowl? It is okay. Call it off. You're fine. Take a couple of pieces of plastic wrap and put them out on your board. They will, when they overlap, they'll stick together. Turn your dough out into the plastic wrap and use the plastic wrap to pull it together into a disc. Put it in the fridge for 30 minutes, and that is going to hydrate the dough and turn it into a homogeneous dough that will actually roll out beautifully. It's going to allow the water to soak into the dough and make it to where it's a very nice dough that you're going to like using. So as you can tell, the dough is beautiful now. Take half of your dough and form it into a round and place it on your floured countertop. Put a little bit of flour on the top. I love a marble rolling pin because the weight of it is really nice to make sure that you don't have to work as hard for it. It is really important to make sure you're starting out with a round piece because we are trying to get a round pie crust. Start out by rolling it into an oval. Turn it 90 degrees. And if you can't turn it 90 degrees, you're going to want to take a dough scraper and lift it up and throw some more flour up underneath there. Turn it 90 and then roll it into a round. Keep rolling in both directions until it is large enough to cover your pie plate. And there's a lot of tricks that people talk about for getting a pie crust up. I just kind of like to get the pie crust off to the side and just kind of lift it over there. If it ends up breaking or tearing, you can just kind of gently patch it over and press it together. It'll be just fine. So once you lift in the pie plate, you're going to press it into the corners and make sure you patch any pieces. And then you're going to hit that subscribe button, because if you enjoy this video and want to keep on seeing them, hitting subscribe is the best way to help out this channel. We are on our road to 1,000 subscribers, so that will help us out a lot. So now we're going to work on our filling, and our filling is super easy. You're going to get about 12 ounces of fresh or frozen berries. If you are using fresh berries, just cut the tops off of them. If you're using frozen, you can thaw them out a little bit. You're just going to put them into a bowl and then add 3/4 cup of sugar, 3 tablespoons of cornstarch, a tablespoon of lemon juice, and 2 teaspoons of vanilla bean paste. And that is all you need for this filling. It is super simple. Add all of those filling ingredients to a little bowl, and then just stir those together. Make sure it is all coated. These were frozen berries because I filmed this a little earlier in the season. Pour that filling into the crust. And I'm using a fork to just kind of make sure they're evenly distributed throughout the crust. Roll out your second crust as before. So this is the other half of the dough. And you do want to kind of try to keep this round, but it's not as important, because the next step to this is we are going to be cutting this into about 1-inch strips with a pizza cutter. Lay your strips across the top, and that piece broke. Leave a little tiny gap in between, and it takes about 5 strips across the top. And every time I do this, I end up kind of playing around with it and getting the hang of it each time. Gently pull back every other strip, and then lay a strip close to the edge of the pie. You're not going to go all the way to the edge with this first one. And then you lay those strips back down. And then you take the alternate strips, the ones that you did not pull back last time, and pull those back. And then you're going to lay the next strip right next to the one that you laid down before. Continue that process of alternating, lifting strips and laying down alternate strips. And I had to take a little bit of the scraps pieces and roll some end pieces. Finish off the end pieces with some shorter strips. Go around and kind of press those edges down a little bit. And I use scissors to cut off the edges. Press down the top crust to the bottom crust to kind of seal those edges down. Brush the top of the pie with egg wash, and this is going to help out with browning. And then you just bake that for 45 to 50 minutes until the top is brown. You do want to watch that carefully. You can also put one of those little pie guards around the outside or use foil around the outside. The edges of this did get a little browner than I wanted. This is what your final product looks like. And this is a great summer pie. It's great for 4th of July or Memorial Day, and it's a great way to use up any of those berries that you have picked at the strawberry lot. Let us know in the comments if you decide to try this recipe. It's a great pie for the summer, and we will see you guys next week.